His Royal Majesty Drolor Bosso Adamtey I, formerly known as Dr. Kingsley Fletcher, is the Suapolor, which means pathfinder and waymaker of the Sikh Kingdom of the Dangme West District of Ghana in West Africa. He is the pioneer, trailblazer, discoverer, innovator, and torchbearer of the Sikh people at home and around the world. As the Suapolor of the ethnic Sikh people, who are also referred to as the Shai, he is addressed as His Royal Majesty King Adamtey I. Drolor Bosso Adamtey is also the Manche, which means a king in the Ghan language, of Kordiabe-Madaam, the first chancellor of the University of Professional Studies of Ghana, the first chancellor of the Caribbean Maritime University of Jamaica, chairman of the University Council of Lawe Open University in Ghana, and also author of several books. King Adamtey I is the first African leader to be a keynote speaker at the World Public Forum held in Rhodes, Greece in October 2008 and 2009, and has also been a guest speaker at the Global Forum in Sweden in 2012, addressing the power and importance of technology and sustainable development in Africa. His Royal Majesty also participated in the African Presidential Roundtable of April 2009 in Berlin, Germany. In April 2014, His Royal Majesty became Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies in Accra, Ghana, using his platform to encourage universities to include programs relevant in specialized fields like petroleum, agriculture, and allied health as a way to address the unemployment crisis facing the continent of Africa. Drolor Bosso Adamtey I is known for propagating the fact that Africa needs partnership, not handouts, and is tirelessly working to secure the total unification of all the Dangmes, who he refers to as God's people since they traced their roots to Israel. The King is a globally renowned advisor in the areas of leadership, resource mobilization, conflict resolution, entrepreneurship, and global partnerships. He holds a doctorate in education, philosophy, and theology. To learn more about the person and work of His Royal Majesty, who ascended the throne in 1999, and the Sikh people, visit his official website at www.kingadamtey.com. Adamtey is spelled A-D-A-M-T-E-Y. That's www.kingadamtey.com. Let's hear from His Majesty himself now.
I trust you are having a good day. My name is Drolor Bosso Adamtey I of the Sikh traditional area, which has been known for many years as the Shai traditional area, but actually it is the Sikh traditional area. I am a Dangme, but I speak the Sikh language. You know, the name Sikh, which has been corrupted after the Inquisition or the enslavement of our people, they changed the name, and particularly around 1892, we had a serious conflict with the occupiers. That means those who enslaved our people. We resisted with all force because we knew that it wasn't right for our forefathers to be taken away into slavery, or the sons of the Sikh to be taken into slavery. So in our resistance, we use all means necessary to defend ourselves and to fight with everything within us to resist the enslavement of our men and our women, as well as our fathers and our young women who were taken by force away from their homes into slavery. So when these things were taking place, the Sikh people came together in a serious resistance. They fought against them, and we also took care of some of them. In other words, we made sure that we put some of them to sleep. And the British, when they heard that we were resisting, sent reinforcement So around 1892, they came and they forced us from our ancestral home down to where we are today. But the interesting thing is that the Dangme is made up of about 6 different groups. We have the Adam, we have the Klo, we have Ningo, we have Osudoku, we have Bublan, which now they call it Pram Pram, and we have Ningo. These are the groups that lived within enclave, which were part of an ethnic group which is called the Dangme. But if you have to add the 7th force to it, we have the Gans. So they call us for a collective recognition. We use the word Gandangme. But the Dangme, we have our language, which is interchangeable. We speak a common language, but we have specific expressions which differs one from the other. So when people meet us, usually they sum us together and they say that you are Adam or you are Krobo. No, they may not be Adam or Krobo necessarily. They are part of the Dangme group. But when you say Dangme, you have to identify which group you belong to, whether I am a Se or Klo, or Adam, or Buglan, or Usue, or Ningo. Then we have others also like Boom and the rest. But once upon a time, we were all the same people. We were the same people. In fact, the people known today as the Ga and the Dangmes and the Evers, who were the same people. We all migrated from Israel, as the history goes, came through the Nile, through Niger, through Benin, through Dahomey, before ending in Ghana. So historically, when you ask our cultures and you ask our history, we make reference to where we came from. We were one people, but during early times, there were misunderstandings and we broke up in different groups, but we are the same people. So when you say people in Ghana, even today, because less has been said about us, but we have retained our strong history and culture, people call us the Shai people. Why do they call us the Shai people? This was a name that was given to us by the occupiers. When they came, because of the struggles we had and the resistance that we put up against their works, they never spoke to us face to face because our forefathers told us never to engage the strangers, never to talk to them directly. So what happens is when they try to engage us in conversation, we turn away. So with time, they will say, we are going to see the Shai people on the hill. Shai people on the hill. Then with time, it became the name, Shai. But we are not Shai people, and we don't speak Shai language. The language we speak is the Se language. And this is one of the most important assignments that I have, to make sure that I rewrite the history by putting the right narrative out there so that people will not mistake us or let us live under corrupt name and use it as our identity. I am a Se man. I speak the Se language, and we are part of the linguistic group, which is the Dangme group. And I think it is important for the world to know. There's so much to be said about the Se people. Historically, Se people have contributed immensely to the ethno-medicinal development of Ghana. In fact, the Se was known as the place where the first seat of government was. Before we became independent, the Se housed all the kings of Ghana. So the National House of Kings or Chiefs were in the Se region, which is Dodowa, the capital of the Se state. Besides that, the Se were very known for pottery. All pottery, plates and pottery, what we call China today, the clay products, we were the number one. We're also known for fruits, mangoes, watermelon, and whatnot. And another thing that sets the Se people apart is that people come from all over the world, even to this day as I speak, to study the ethno-medicinal knowledge of the Sir people. We lived on the hill, and one great story that is known about the Sir people is the Dodowa forest. We have the Sir Hills and we have the Dodowa forest. These are the most amazing places within the Sir culture. The hills is where our forefathers lived. And also we have the forest. And the historical and amazing thing about the forest is that anyone who comes into the Dodowa forest with any intention to harm our people will never go scot-free. We didn't have arms to resist, but the Sir people are very good with stones. We use stones to defend ourselves, and also we use the Dodowa forest for safety. So if you chase any one of our members and they go into the forest, you'll never come out alive. So to this very day, the history is that no one knows what happens at Dodowa forest. Any war or any battle that you engage us and it leads to the Dodowa forest should just spell your doom. You will never ever win over Dodowa people with their Dodowa forest. So there are so many historical things about Dodowa forest. The Sir Hills have proven to be a tremendous contribution to the development of our country. Most of the roads that were built in Ghana, and actually the most important harbor in Ghana, which is the Tema Harbor, the rocks and the quarry was from the Dodowa Hills. The rocks and the quarry that was used to build the harbor and most of our roads come from the Sir Hills, which today is known as the Shai Hills. We have a game reserve, the largest game reserve in the south, which actually hosts variety of monkeys and various animals. It is an amazing thing to see. And if you go to the Dodowa forest to this very day, you will find how our ancestors built their houses. And if you go to the top of the hill, you'll see some of the amazing things. We have also discovered artifacts that dates back to the Stone Age. And I would like to say and congratulate the efforts and works of Professor James Ankwanda, who did tremendous work in the Sir region and discovered so many wonderful things about Sir. He has written a book, which is soon to be published, which is a Resilient African Kingdom, Sir Ghana. And I will let you know that Sir has contributed immensely to the development of Ghana. One of the most important discussion going on today, which I will call a renaissance, is that the Ga and the Dangme, which in Ghana we are known as one people, the Dangme, is coming together. Why so? And why now? We have realized that for so long, others have created divisions among ourselves unnecessarily, and others have pitched us one against the other. But as Ga Dangme, which we are known in the country for, we are known as one people, and the time has come for the Ga Dangmes to come together to build a strong unity and make sure that the world know that we are not divided, neither are we giving the power to any group or any groups or any individuals to divide us as a people. The Ga Dangme are realizing that there's a wake-up call. We are being called upon by our ancestors. We are called upon by the present situations that we all face, and we are called upon by the future that is yet to be born. It has become necessary that the Ga Dangme will come together so that whenever we say Ga, we are talking about Ga Dangme. And whenever we say Dangme, we're talking about Ga Dangme. It is time for us to come together, and work is on the way. The traditional leadership of the Ga Dangme realize that we have to go back and take our strength and also come back with one voice, because you, as Ga Dangme, remember where you came from. Historically, you come from Israel, and because you come from Israel, Just as historically Israel came together to fight forces that tried to divide them, so it's your time to come together, unite, and fight any force that will separate us. And don't forget, you are God's people. I also want to take this moment to thank all of you for the opportunity you've given me and the audience to come to you and share my heart with you. As a king, my understanding of that role is not a boss. My understanding of that role is a servant leader, and to give my very best support and goodwill to make others better, stronger, and successful in every way. I also want to take this opportunity to say that I am where I am today, not by my knowledge, not by my experience, and not by who I am per se, but by your grace, your love, and your commitment to see something better, for which you asked me to join you for us to bring better for all. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be your dignified servant, and I'll do it joyfully and give my very life to your comfort. Thank you for allowing me to serve.
Yeah.